Amethyst is one of the most beautifully complex characters in Steven Universe. So in this video, I'm gonna deep dive into her psyche. Hey family members, I'm Megan, this is the Fangirl, and we're about to overanalyze our socks off. Today's subject for dissection is Amethyst, one of the original crystal gems from Steven Universe. Well, I guess original as in she was there on episode 1, not original as in when the crystal gems first formed because she wasn't around yet. Yeah, I heard you typing angry commenters and I headed you off. Amethyst is such an interesting character because she's been through this incredible emotional journey over the years. Honestly, when she has to deal with an issue on the show, I end up feeling like I just went through an involuntary therapy session. Like when it was brought to light that Amethyst rushes her physical form because she can't stand to think about herself. She feels like she's just bad by default because of when and where and how she was made, and I'm just, oh, I feel that in my soul. But after seeing that, we can start to pick out really telling moments with Amethyst. Like when she meets Greg and says, "I like your hair." And then years later, Amethyst still has young Greg Universe hair. I mean, Greg doesn't even have that hair anymore. Steven Universe the movie also shed a lot of light on Amethyst's mental state. If you didn't see the movie and don't plan to for some reason, the new character Spinel ends up resetting Amethyst and taking away her memories. So this is the first time we get to see Amethyst in her fresh from the ground state. And what we see is that Amethyst has no personality or thoughts of her own. She just mimics everyone else, which is kind of a perfect trait for a soldier. And we know that Amethyst stayed in the kindergarten until Garnet, Pearl, and Rose found her. So I can only imagine how many plants or rocks or bugs Amethyst tried to imitate while trying to make sense of her purpose being all alone. Actually, that really helps to explain why Amethyst shapeshifts more than all the other gems, because that's literally all she had to do for who knows how long. She was such a blank slate, she didn't even know how to wander off and explore or find other creatures that were alive. And that's also pretty sad because it means that Amethyst never knew how to be her own person. She just always tried to be whatever she was supposed to be, or at least thought she was supposed to be. Really, a lot more like a mirror than an independent life form. I would love for a series of flashbacks to show us when Amethyst first joined with the crystal gems. Can you even fathom what it would be like for her attempting to figure out the world and cling on to Rose's every word and just be so happy to try new things and be with other people? However, as much as I think that time would have been so joyous for Amethyst, it also came at a pretty big cost. Instead of being this carefree gem sitting around doing whatever, being taken in meant she was also now aware of her backstory, which is that she was made for evil purposes, to be a subservient soldier with no mind of her own, and her whole existence was made pretty much to hurt the crystal gems, which are the only friends she's ever known. How do you not start to hate yourself after finding that out? Of course, with the help of Steven and everyone else, Amethyst has really come a long way. I don't know that she perfectly loves herself now, but she at least likes being her, and seeing her in her original state of mind really helps us to understand why Amethyst is so loud and random and irresponsibly carefree. She's rebelling against her designated purpose in life. She has to make this statement that she's unique and individual and not some mindless member of a horde army like she was meant to be. Amethyst really makes this neat nature versus nurture case study because on the one hand, she's been very influenced to act sporadically and do whatever she pleases, but on the other hand, she's still not that far off from how the Diamond Authority Amethyst behave, you know, with being a mimic and all. And honestly, instead of fighting for the Diamond Authority, she fights for the crystal gems, so she's still kind of fulfilling her purpose in that way, in a weird gray area. She's not really not a soldier. So for all that struggle to be her own person, how much has Amethyst really succeeded in that? Personally, I'd call it about a 50-50 split for nature versus nurture, but I'll open the floodgates for you guys to add in your 2 cents in the comments. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman, a giant woman. All I wanna do is watch you turn into a giant woman. Derps. All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman. A giant woman. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. All I wanna do is help you turn into a giant woman. A giant woman. All I wanna be is someone who gets to see a giant woman. Yeah, I think that song goes on a lot longer, but I don't remember any of the words. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have admitted that in a Steven video. Honestly, I was trying to think of an Amethyst song to sing, but none came to mind. And if you don't know, you're new here, whatever. The derps is sort of separate from the video. It's like a mini vlog at the end of the video, so don't worry about this if you're not interested. Also, yay pumpkin. And then my daughter insisted that Lion come and sit here too, or it wouldn't be fair. If you saw my alpha video from, well, I don't know how long ago now, because I record a bunch at once and then release them in different times and spaces. But this morning I recorded an alpha video and this was still like really wet. And since it's dried, I like it a lot better, but it's still really hard and like a brick in my hair, but it washes out really beautifully easy. So this was the Splat Descendants 3 Vivid Violet or something like that. I threw the box away now. Shame on me. Didn't have good things to say about it this morning. Like it better now that it's dried. It just took hours and hours to dry. The directions weren't really strong on there either, so I don't know if I did it right. But yeah, the Splat One Wash hair color is not as bad as it felt when it was wet. It was just wet for like hours and hours and hours. But if you're needing temporary hair dye for a Halloween costume or something, this is your stuff. Well, family members, we're almost done, but I want to invite you to hang out with me in some other places. I'm on Twitter and Instagram as my own personal self, and I have a Facebook page too, but I mostly just post photos over there. And sometimes people say, "Hey McGann, I want to mail you something. How do I do that?" Easy. Just click the About tab on my channel page, and my most current P.O. Box info will be right there. I also run another channel, The Family. It's really a hodgepodge channel where we might post anything. Oh yeah, and I also sell shirts and stickers and stuff with the Fanily and the Fangirl logos. If that is your cup of tea, I have a link in every description of every video. Finally, if you want to help out the Fangirl channel and make sure I'm putting out video essays for years to come, the best way you can help is by subscribing and watching more of my videos, whether they're new, old, whatever. Maybe even share one or two on social media, help spread the word. People who watch to the end of videos like you helps to tell the site, hey, this is a good video, we should recommend it to other people. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment of something like, hey, I made it to the end. Love ya. See you next time, family members. Bye.